Thank you for watching this video. Please click on the like and subscribe buttons so that I can continue to make more videos like this.
The next bend we're going to learn how to make is called an Anderson bend. I call this an Anderson bend because Ed Anderson was the first person I showed how to do this. You see, this is a bend I did not find in any book. I developed this technique on my own. Now, I've seen some other people independently before I started putting this in a video who had developed this technique on their own, which just goes to show you that when you're creative, you can come up with the same solution that somebody else comes up with. Or in other words, develop your own techniques, and some things are going to become fairly obvious once you're experienced at bending conduit. You'll be able to solve your problems and come up with some really good solutions to them. So this is called the Anderson bend, so let's learn how to do this right now. It's really a variation on the three-point saddle. So let's go and take a look at our situation. Okay, this is our situation. We have a conduit here, which is a fixed point. We've run this conduit and it ends right here. Now, this is a conduit that's already installed, and we have to come with this conduit and we can see they're at the same level. So we want a three-point saddle over this conduit. Now the thing is, we're so close to the end here, if we measure to the center, it's 9.5 inches. Now, using the technique for a three-point saddle, there's not enough leverage to bend this part of it. So the Anderson bend allows us to do that. So the technique on this, when we mark it, here's our conduit we're going to use. Now we know that the center is 9.5 inches, we just measured that. And we're going to use 15-degree angles, which we know when we worked with the protractor before, and we know that the 15-degree angle shrinks 1/8 of an inch. So from 9.5, we've got to add 1/8 of an inch, because the conduit here is a 1 inch in thickness. So we're going to add that 1/8 of an inch there, and that's going to be the center of our bend. Now we know that for every inch of depth we're going to go 5 inches away, or actually 4 inches, because the multiplier is going to be 4 again on a 15-degree angle. So I'm going to go 4 inches there and 4 inches there from the center. Okay, now to bend this we're going to use an air bend, so let's do that right now. Okay, so the technique we're going to use on the Anderson bend, instead of turning the conduit around, we're just going to go straight through the bender as we bend this. So we're going to bend, remember the marks on the bender? We have a star, and then we have a saddle, and then we have an arrow. And we're going to start and just go forward. Star, saddle, arrow. Remember, on a regular three-point saddle with a regular technique, we use the saddle point and the arrow point 2 times. But in this situation, we don't have enough leverage, so we have to use the Anderson bend. So the first bend, now this again is our center, and this end right here, okay, this is the one that's going to go to meet the other pipe. Somebody's ordering a video again. I'll be right back. Okay, so with the Anderson bend, we're going to start here, and we're going to use all 3 points of the bender. We'll use the star, then the saddle, and then the arrow. Whereas on a typical three-point saddle, you just use the arrow, then the saddle, and then the arrow again. So here we have our conduit here, and our first bend, we're going to take our first mark. Here we go, and we're going to place that on the star. Okay, let's back the camera up just a little bit here so we can all get a good look at this here. Okay, so what I want to do now is make a 15-degree bend with this. And again, we made the mark on our bender and we know where that is. So I'm just going to do that. Okay, I've got that right now. Now my center mark, which is the next one, that's going to go on the saddle. But again, I've got to turn that around. And again, just line this up. Now we have a 30-degree mark on our bender, so we're going to use that. That's why I like to use the 15 degrees and then 30 degrees. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now the next mark, we're going to go up and we're going to put that on our arrow. Okay, I've got that. Now I just have to turn that over, make sure I got the pipe lined up properly. And again, we're just going to make a 15-degree bend. Okay, that looks pretty good. And I like to kind of sight down the pipe and see that it's going to fit. Okay, so we're ready to try this out and put it in place right now. So here we are again with our fixed point where our conduit stopped, very close to this conduit we have to go over. And we're going to take this Anderson bend that we made, this 3-point saddle with an Anderson bend, and you can see that it fits in there very nicely and it comes over that conduit. And we were able to bend very close to this end. So that's a nice trick, and it's one you're going to use, I think, very often, especially if you do a lot of remodel work.
Thank you for watching this video. Please click on the like and subscribe buttons so that I can continue to make more videos like this. If you find this video helpful, please consider donating using the PayPal link below. Thank you.